Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News with me, Katura King. Earlier on in the show, you'll remember I spoke with the founder of Bella Africana, Bukky Asehinde, and joining Bukky and I now is Bayo Ademiluyi, the founder of Ties Designs, a company that uses traditional Ashoke fabrics to make bow ties, bags, and more. Bayo is also a founding member of Bella Africana community, and in this segment, we're going to be talking about the power of community and the benefits that it gives to entrepreneurs. Good morning, Bayo. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Have you eaten your yam and egg?
No, I haven't actually. I was promised yam and egg.
Who promised you that? Surely not us.
That's what Bukky said.
Now, you are a founding member of Bella Africana. Tell me about what it's been like, what the journey has been like so far.
Well, it's been very inspirational. We met a few years ago at the bazaar that I was exhibiting at, and she approached us and said she was starting this platform for Afrocentric small businesses. So since we joined, it's been, the most important thing has been the networking, really. Basically able to meet other small businesses, small creative businesses, and being able to leverage on different resources as well. Because one of the main problems we have as small business owners in Nigeria is access to information.
Yes.
So in a community, you can speak to somebody about tailors, about, fabric, about events that are happening both at home and abroad. And it's helpful to have one place where you can get all that information.
Yes, absolutely. Now, you own your own company called Ties Designs. We saw a few pictures on screen just now. I love them.
Thank you.
Bow ties and ties made out of Ashoke, and you're wearing one right now.
Yes, I only ever wear my own ties
Wow.
these days. So, yes.
What brought about, where did this idea come from? The notion that made you think, I'm going to create ties out of Ashoke and call my company Ties.
Well, I like to say it was sort of like a eureka moment. It was about 5 years ago, and I was preparing to go for a wedding. So normally, as you have strips of Ashoke, which are given to the men
Yes.
to make fila with.
Yes, that's
but
true.
I just I didn't want to wear a traditional outfit. I wanted to wear a suit. And so I just sort of had the Ashoke draped around my neck. And I thought, maybe I could make a tie out of this. So I knotted it, just the strip, and it looked a bit odd. It looked more like a cravat than anything else. and then that weekend, I got a tailor to come around and asked him to cut it up. And I still have that first tie. I don't think I have the courage to wear it because it was...
Your style has improved since then,
Yes,
clearly.
considerably. So he did that, and then every weekend for about 4 months, he kept coming around to the house, and we were just experimenting. And then I had the courage to make one and wear it out, and people were like, oh my goodness, an Ashoke tie. And I think that's where the whole business evolved
That's
from.
amazing. But how did you go from creating these ties for yourself to gaining the courage to actually make it a proper standalone business? Because I make perfumes, but I don't have the courage to create it, to make it into a business, right? So where did you get the courage from, and how? What was the process like for you to actually turn your passion into your portfolio?
Well, I coined a word some time ago called hobbusiness.
Oh, I like it. I love it.
So it starts off, it's a concept that starts off as a hobby.
Right.
And the destination is business. So there's this transition period in between, and I thought, well, it's actually a hobby business. And I think it was the encouragement from mainly family and friends that, oh, this is nice, or I want something like this. So make something like this for me. So I made a few and just gave out to a few friends who wore them. And I think shortly after we started, I had a friend who was getting married.
Right.
And he said, I'm getting married in, I think it was January or so.
Okay.
And this is about November. And he said, oh, I'm going to Dubai to buy ties for my wedding. And I said, no, I'll make the ties for you.
Oh, wow.
And there were about 6 different conversations. And he kept saying, are you sure you can do this? Are you sure you can do this? And I thought, yes, I can do this. So we did that, and then there was a lot of acclaim from that event. I think that was what encouraged me to transition.
Wow.
We're not where we intend to be just yet, but we're getting there.
On the way.
On the way.
Now, you're not just a pretty face because you're also a lawyer. Which would you say, which business takes pride of place now for you?
They're competing. It can be a bit difficult sometimes. I still enjoy law. I'm not a frustrated professional. There are a lot of people who are in businesses or in employment now who are doing creative businesses on the side. And who are just trying to build those businesses to a level where they think they can exit and focus on them completely. But I enjoy both, but it's quite exciting getting fabric and then giving it to the tailors, and then just trying to conceptualize what it's going to look like in the end. And then when you see it, you're either like, wow, or like, that
wasn't quite
what I pictured, exactly. So there's excitement on both sides, but, you know, it gets my creative juices flowing, so.
Well, the excitement is clear because you're doing so well that the GTB Fashion Fair are actually using you as one of their headliners. Tell me about that. That is huge. It's big. You're a superstar.
Not quite yet, but that's the plan. Well, we did the show last year. We sent in the application and we were fortunate to get a store. And they contacted me this year to say, you know, we're putting together a showcase of vendors who took part last year. Would you like to take part? And I said, well, certainly, because I was thinking that would be obviously act as leverage to get a store this time as well. So yes, I remember the first day I logged onto the site to make the application for a retail store this year, and the landing page had my bags on it.
Oh, wow.
So I thought,
Did they pay? You mean like, GTV, this is a bank. Where's my money, honey? That's huge.
yes.
So what are the goals and aspirations for this year?
Well, to finally put together revamp our website. We've been trying to do that for some time now, but we've been having a few challenges with just the way we want it to look, and export, because there's nothing more satisfying than having a product which is made here and being able to take it to the world.
Yeah.
So.
And what has the reception been like from Nigerians and then from foreigners? Naija.
Let's just say, I use Asehinde.
Right.
Right. So maybe because Asehinde is a fabric which people are used to seeing here, especially if you're a socialite, you see it pretty much every weekend or in church. So the response has been good here, but generally abroad, it's been a lot better because it's not a fabric that they're used to seeing abroad.
Yes.
And coupled with the fact that it's not a fabric that they've ever seen being used the way that we use them abroad. So it's, apart from the fact that it's also Forex in your pocket.
That's the sweetest part of it all. You should have led with that.
Yes, but it's more than just the money.
Yeah.
It's, and that's why, even though it's a cliche, people tell you that you have to do something that you love.
Absolutely. So you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
Okay, so we are going to go for a quick break because I can see Bukky is fighting. She needs to get some words off her chest.
She does.
And I think she feels a little bit left out right now, don't you, Bukky?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's go for a break, and right after we're going to hear from the both of you. Time now for a quick break on the morning show. Stay tuned, as when we return, we'll be catching up with these two. Don't go away.